So lately, I've been wanting to write again. And sometimes to get yourself in the mood, you just have to force yourself to feel like doing it, which is hard to do. But sometimes you just have to pretend that it's what you want to do, and you'll be able to make your way through it, which is actually kind of what this entire thing is. It was actually partly inspired by Taylor Swift's new video, Wildest Dreams, which I hadn't heard the song. I didn't buy her album, sorry. If that was on her last album, I don't know. Like, I just wait till music pops up on YouTube and then I check it out. Like, I don't really follow music that much anymore, but anyways, new music video popped up and it's all like, oh, remember me in your wildest dreams. And honestly, all I could think about at that time is like, you know what? At least you have memories. For me, it's just dreams. And that kind of started this long downward spiral, which led to me working on this new song called Imagination. This is still technically the rough draft. I just kind of threw a bunch of shit on here. Just took about an hour. And I'm probably gonna rewrite a lot of it. There's a lot of things in here that I don't really like. You know, I'll change some of the wording, maybe even mess with the rhythms a little bit, but for now, this is what I have, and mostly, I'm honestly putting this video up, not even necessarily for you guys, but I'm gonna make it public, at least for a little while, so enjoy it if you feel like it. And mostly this is just, I do this all the time actually when I have a new song, if it's one I like, and especially if I wrote it really late at night, I'll record myself singing it just so I don't forget the rhythm. Yeah, it's just so that I remember what it's supposed to be originally. And so, I'm actually sitting right next to the window, and it is open. That thing you see in the background right there, that's the AC, but it's loud as fuck, and it also costs me money. So, just, if you hear noises outside, try to ignore them. And for now, this is a new song I just wrote off the top of my head called Imagination, and I'm usually very straightforward with my lyrics. I don't have a lot of hidden meanings, though sometimes I will throw symbolisms and stuff in here, but for the most part I feel like this is pretty much straightforward. It's saying it without saying the words, but I'm still not actually hiding anything. It's all being said, just you have to be paying attention to hear it. If that makes any sense to you. Which it probably doesn't. I'm very incoherent in my logic. Anyways, take a swig of some water here. Let's play pretend, running in the backyard like we're kids, and life can never be hard, you and me together. Tell me you remember that we made a promise we'd always be together. That was then, now we're getting older and you're gone, and life keeps feeling colder. Why'd you make a promise if you couldn't keep it? If you really meant it, then you would still be here. But that's just what life is like. Sometimes things don't go right. You try and try and you try some more, and you still end up sitting on the floor, crying alone in the dark, missing a piece of your heart. I wish we could go back again. Can't we just try to pretend? And then right here there'd be like a short little musical interlude, some piano stuff, something like something like that. And then we go pick up right where we left off. Take my hand and take my hand, and we'll run through the meadows, picking up flowers and plucking off the petals. Breathe it in, feel it all around as we lay in the grass and stare up at the clouds. Open my eyes, I'm alone in my bed. None of that was real, it all happened in my head. Try not to cry, but once again I'm weeping as I realize my life is nothing but dreams. But that's just what life is like. Sometimes things don't go right. I try and try and I try some more, and I still end up sitting on the floor, crying alone in the dark, missing a piece of my heart. When will this journey end? I'm tired of playing pretend. Another night, another day, another hope that slips away. I hope I'm getting closer still. I hope someday I'll make it real. It's hard to keep the faith alive when you're not even sure it's right. So I'll go to sleep and pray, play pretend. Then I'll wake up and dream again. This song was definitely not written for someone with my musical talents. It was written more for somebody with actual musical talent and an actual singing voice, but considering the fact that I've finished like 3 songs in the past 4 years, you know, this isn't half bad. I mean, something I just threw together in like an hour. So yeah, this week is actually going to be a relatively busy one for me, so not sure if you're going to get any videos from me for that first week of September. If I put anything up before Labor Day, it'll be a Naked Truth, depending on what the subject is, because like, I actually wasn't planning to do the Naked Truth this week, but hey, any excuse to talk about music. I just love music. By the way, I don't remember if I said it in that Naked Truth video, but I'm going to reiterate it in case I did say it and no one else, and you didn't, what, blah. My talking doesn't work now, my talk, it's late at night. Well, it's not really that late, but I'm in wind down mode. So anyways, Peabo Bryson, if you haven't heard of him, you're wrong. You have heard of him. Especially if you're around my age, and I was born in 1990, for those of you who are curious. Like, I feel like most people, if you're in your 20s, you've heard Peabo Bryson, you know who he is, you grew up listening to him, you just don't recognize the name. So, your assignment this week, go on YouTube, type in Peabo Bryson, and just listen to a bunch of the songs, whatever pops up. And tell me which one's the first one you recognize. Because I guarantee you've heard at least 2 or 3 Peabo Bryson songs and you've loved them. And you just don't remember that you loved them. Or at least you just didn't know that it was him. So yeah, listen to a few Peabo Bryson songs and then come back here and tell me in the comments which one was your favorite. My personal favorite was 1984. It was the first major hit he really had, If Ever You're in My Arms Again. I suggest you check that one out. It's so beautiful. And I'm gonna turn off this camera now.